Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be playing as Württemberg as we're going to attempt to form the nation of Swabia, or Swabia. Pretty much we have to own 10 Swabian provinces and own the province of Ulm as a core. Alternatively, we could also do this pretty much through our diplomatic mission tree here, but the easiest way to do this, honestly, is just by conquering everybody around you. And we are also going to attempt to become the emperor. So I will go ahead and improve, well, actually ally the Palatinate along with Cologne once I take some different estate things. And we are also going to hire the Free Company right off the bat. Some of the other nations we are going to try and ally are Austria, so we're going to secure a royal marriage with them. That's going to allow us to basically have free reign to expand in the HRE. As for our merchants, we have one in Vienna, so we are going to establish communities here. And we're also going to send one to the Rhineland to do the same thing and improve relations with all the nations in the HRE. From the other nations, we will go ahead and ally our Cologne because they smell very nice. And I can actually get this mission already, Imperial Ambitions, because we have both Bohemia and the Palatinate voting for us. So we get 10 prestige, an additional diplomat, and improved relations. Alright, and so far we got 4 electors voting for me. We're going to get this emperorship right away. No problemo. And sure enough, there's my heir 304. Honestly, I'll take it. Apparently I could royal marry, oh, I was actually able to royal marry Burgundy just a moment ago, but not anymore. But honestly, if I just improve relations with them, I should be able to secure them. I would love, absolutely love to get the Burgundian inheritance. That would be an immediate power boost regardless of me being Württemberg or Swabia. And when you look at that, Austria actually wants to be my friend. I'm tempted, but I really want Burgundy, and we're about to become the emperor anyway, so I'm gonna decline this. Alright, I did just secure Burgundy, and our diplo relations, yeah, they're definitely taking a hit. And actually, Austria broke the royal marriage with me, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, it won't matter anyways very soon, as again, we're gonna become the emperor as soon as Austria's ruler dies. Oh yeah, since this is unrated nations, I should probably go over Württemberger ideas. Württemberger ideas, I mean, I'll be honest with you, they're kind of okay. They're not really like the best ideas in the game. Well, I mean, they're not the worst by any means. You get trade efficiency, legitimacy, improved relations plus 30 when you finish their ideas. Possible advisor, national manpower plus 15, national unrest minus 1, manpower recovery speed, tolerance to the true faith, prestige, and aggressive expansion impact. But again, this is all about forming Swabia, so Swabia is our main underrated nation. Württemberg is just kind of a stepping stone. Alright, I'm going to go ahead start our very first war against Baden, and I will go ahead and call on Cologne, and we're going to full annex both Baden and Memmingen. Let's go ahead attack Memmingen's army first since they're isolated, and then we'll swoop back around to beat up on Baden's army. Alright, this war with Baden is over. Full annex both of these nations. Pretty close to getting me a coalition, but this is how we're going to do it in order for us to, integrate free cities and whatnot. So there we go, perfect. Core all that, and we did just complete a mission by just simply owning 5 cities. This does increase our diplo rep and improve relations plus 15%. And there goes our plans for becoming the emperor, because guess what? I'm now on a regency, and I don't like my odds of becoming the emperor since this guy's, about to turn 40 and probably about to die any moment. For a tier 2 government reform, we're going to go with the Ministralis promotion. Cheaper advisors is really nice, but the thing that I really like about this noble privilege is the monthly favor growth modifier. So that in itself is just really nice to get more additional favors a lot faster, especially in the HRE. Alright, finally our regency is over, but I don't know. Oh, yeah, immediately everybody goes right back to voting for us. So Austria, baby, please. You're 45 years old. It's time to go. Alright, I think it's finally time we go ahead and attack Ingolstadt. We're going to call in a couple allies like Saxony and Cologne, and we're going to full annex both Ulm and take one province from Ingolstadt. We can also get this Renaissance thing that all the Italians have been hyping up, so yeah, this is going to help me out quite a bit with tech right now. Alright, this war, as I mentioned earlier, we're just taking these 2 provinces and as much money as possible. We'll get a small teeny tiny bit of a coalition, but it's okay. I'll be able to handle it. Why? Because I'm Württemberg, baby. Interestingly enough, I guess we got a Württemberg on the Bohemian throne. Granted, Bohemia can elect their rulers and heirs and whatnot, but that's good to know. Ooh, and we got a really good heir, 436, perfect. Alright, first idea group time. We're going to open up with defensive ideas. I feel like this is going to stack pretty well overall and give us a good advantage early on in the game. Alright, I did just annex Strasbourg, so now we can complete a couple missions such as Swabian League, where provinces that are not owned by us, aka Austria, they're more than likely, they're going to get more events to revolt up against the Austrians. So after I took over Strasbourg, we have a little bit of a coalition here. Realistically, Austria is like the main big guy that I'm kind of terrified of right now. But I think hopefully we can land an alliance with somebody else big. I mean, we could get Milan. I don't know if that's going to counteract Austria, but I mean, I'll take Milan. Oh my god. I just got Burgundy. Dude. Yes. Yes. Now, if only I could just straight up just inherit their country. That would be insane. Oh, man. Which one is Austria? Austria is trying to demand lowland independence. I'm not going to give it to them. I'm just saying it. I'm just not. I can now actually secure an alliance with Castile, which I will do. Even though they were kind of a dum-dum and passed up on Aragon. But nonetheless, Castile is a very good ally. Tier 3 government reform, we're going to go with expanded royal court. And yeah, emperor's demanding the lowlands. All of Burgundy is mine. Oh, they're just automatically going to attack me. Oh, yeah, no. I am willing to fight you on that one, Austria. Let's wombo. General with a 100 army tradition, don't mind if I do as long as he's good. And oh yeah, he's really good. He's a 6533, perfect. This war against Austria is actually going relatively well, and a lot of it has to do with Austria being behind in Miltech. Or maybe I'll just go ahead and take money. You know what, we'll just do that. We'll just take their money and run. Oh my god, yes, this has to be the luckiest run ever. I just straight up inherited Burgundy. Oh, that's a big Württemberg. And because we inherited Burgundy, we immediately became a great power, actually the number 4th greatest power in the entire world. Yeah, I would say we're doing pretty well, and I think it would work out better if we were the emperor, now Austria. I swear, this is the game that just keeps on giving, because now we are the emperor, and all of a sudden now I can have, we'll give it the end of the month, 76,000 troops. And now I'm going to go ahead and complete this mission, Charlemagne's Legacy, giving us +3 Diplo rep. It's fantastic. And now that I'm the emperor, we're going to get rid of some of these free city things. Why? Because they don't need to be a free city. That's as simple as that. And now I'm the papal controller. Oh my god, this game is amazing right now. This has to be like one of my favorite games I played like recently. Curious, who can I excommunicate? The Venetians. So that's about it. I don't have any plans to expand there just yet. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and attack Augsburg. I just got a claim on their capital province here, and this gives me a chance to also annex Mulhouse here. And I'll just go ahead calling Saxony just to help out with Rothenburg, who's right here. Alright, perfect. We could actually take 2 of the provinces that I want, and that should allow me to go ahead and form Swabia at least once I core up those 2 provinces. Now that we cored up both Augsburg and Mulhausen, here we go. We're going to go ahead and form Swabia. Get a nice pinkish tannish color. But Swabian ideas are pretty solid. I mean, their ideas, I like them a little bit more than Württemberg's, though you can make an argument that Württemberg has a couple ideas that are a little bit better. We get 20% national manpower modifier, 25% improved relations, which is also really nice. Morale of armies plus 15%, state maintenance, yearly inflation reduction, and interest per annum, providential trade power, diplo relation, advisor cost, and construction cost, along with prestige and AE impact. So overall, pretty solid ideas. And we get a couple additional missions, which require us, I mean, obviously this one was one of the missions that we had, but we had to conquer these 3 provinces. Once we do that, it guides us towards conquering Switzerland, destroying Austria, establishing ourselves in Italy, especially in northern Italy, taking over the whole darn thing. And we even have a few missions to go ahead and crusade as well too, and also take over the Jerusalem, which obviously that's our main goal of today, is conquering all of Italy and also taking over Jerusalem. Alright, I'm thinking it's time we start attacking Austria. We are going to go ahead and take these two Swabian provinces here, maybe even take over the city of Constance, who I will co-belligerent, and we're going to call on all of our pals, and yeah, it'll probably be a tough war, but I think we should be able to manage it. Second idea, group time. We're actually going to go with espionage ideas. This is going to pair up nicely because I mean, we have a lot of land that we're going to have to conquer over here in Italy. So we're going to need that additional AE impact. Plus that pairs well with our final idea. Big battle over here. Apparently Austria has 95 discipline. Yeah, we should be able to win this pretty handily. There we go. Alright, this is war with Austria. We're just taking these 3 provinces along with a bunch of money. And that should allow me to go ahead and complete my mission here for Swabian Liberty. And I get permanent claims on Switzerland and also over here in Savoy. Alright, I think it's time we go to war against Savoy. I'm going to call on all my allies. It's going to plunge us into a big war with the French. But I think we can manage with our allies. Alright, so we're just going to take these 3 provinces from Savoy, and yeah, no money I guess, but we'll just do this. And our next war will be against Switzerland, when we regain manpower and we kind of chill for a bit and lower our AE. Okay, as the Emperor, we could call for a Reichsreform, so let's go ahead and do just that. I'm also, earlier I said we were going to kind of chill, but to be honest with you, I kind of feel like destroying Switzerland right now, especially because the Pope would not join a defensive war for them. So yeah, we are going to do just that. I'm going to call on both my allies, Saxony and the Palatinate or Palatinate, and I think I'll have them just do all the dirty work while I just kind of sit and chill. And I'm actually going to be a little bit crazy, and we're going to just go ahead full annex Switzerland because I can, honestly. I mean, yeah, we will get a coalition, but honestly, with the alliances I have, I actually think that we would be okay. And how powerful my nation is, yeah, I think we would be fine. So, yeah, let's full annex Switzerland. Only going to be 94 war score, and then, yeah, 100 war score, we'll get 58 ducats. Why not? I mean, if I wanted to lessen this, I could hire this Diplo Rep advisor. And probably a little bit less nations would join. Let's give it a month. Check again. No, it's still the same. Yeah, regardless, we'll just do this. I'm thinking because I can, I'm actually going to re-ally Milan, and we are going to try and vassalize these guys, and we're going to use them to take cores on the Venetians a little bit later. I was also able to just diplo-vassalize Trent, which is perfect because I have a bunch of permanent claims over here in Austria. So it's like perfect timing, you know, start working our way over this way and just do it peacefully. Can also complete a mission apparently, which is acquire subjects for both Milan and Trent. I'm not going to complete that just yet until we get into integrating both of these guys. But we are going to be getting pretty close now into our crusades here, as again we are trying to reclaim Jerusalem, and we are going to conquer like all of Italy. I'm also apparently able to snipe Liège, who is allied to France, away from them, so let's go ahead and do that. That's actually a decent subject to have. And when looking at a lot of these nations, I could actually diplo-vassalize. It's like a lot of them are actually over here in Italy, and a decent amount up here by the Netherlands. So we're actually about to just diplo-vassalize and expand that way. I could even do Utrecht now that I just subjugated Liège. That's amazing. Like, and all that's because I have 620 development. So, and plus I have a huge army as well too. Even though it doesn't translate to me being it translates to me being the 6th greatest power in the world, which, I mean, with institution, I should be 3rd, but, France is really the closest one to that in terms of European powers before we get over to the Ottomans. All right, we're going to pass the next reform, which gives us an extra diplomat and diplo reputation. Pretty nice. Oh, one of my advisors died. I'm also going to start my golden era here, so it's going to last for the next 50 years or so. And we're going to start a huge war as we're going to go ahead and attack the French with the humiliate CB. Or actually, no, I will fabricate a claim on these guys. Okay, so one thing I noticed is if I were to declare this war, Aragon would actually not join this war, and that's okay with me. That's okay with me because we're actually going to go ahead and claim their throne, and we're going to break our alliance with them shortly here. And all we have to hope for out of all of this is that hopefully they don't get an heir within the next 5 years. I'm also getting progress towards the Dutch revolt here, and what I'm going to do to kind of deal with that, though it shouldn't be a problem because Dutch is an accepted culture, I'm going to move my capital up here, which is actually better for me anyways because it's going to be in the English Channel. It's a more valuable trade node, and it's a better area to dev up anyways. And Aragon actually got their weak or average heir. That sucks. That actually really sucks, but we'll be back for them. In the meantime, we will go ahead and attack the French. We're going to call on all of our friendos, beat these guys down, and I'm not going to take any land. This is actually a war about forcing France to become weaker, returning provinces, releasing nations out of them. That's the name of the game. So let's go ahead and attack them. This is our very first big battle against the French. They have 52,000 guys. We're about to pile in with 60,000. See how our guys square up against them. They have better discipline, a little bit better morale. And so far our guys are actually doing more damage to them than they are to us, surprisingly. So the French are actually taking more casualties, typically. Oh, there we go. Alright, cool. We ended up winning that battle. Got a little bit closer at the end there. Okay, so far I've ran completely through the French manpower, and I'm about to run completely through mine, and I started out with almost 100,000 manpower. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of brutal fighting the French right now. So I'm glad that we're doing this war now rather than later, so then that way they are much weaker. I have to finish this war soon also, so then that way I could get rid of this Dutch revolt thing also. Okay, so we can finally make peace with the French. As you guys can see, pretty much 100% of them. We're going to release out Brittany, cancel their overlordship over Provence, and we're going to make them release out Auvergne. Yeah, so 99% peace deal. It had definitely weakened the French, considering, yeah, they're like out of manpower, 23,000 troops. They lost a decent amount of dev. And how the French are defending Scotland as England has decided it's time for them to get involved in mainland affairs. I'm also going to launch a reconquest war against the Venetians. We're going to try and get as much of our Milanese subjects' land back, which is pretty much almost everything here except for Verona. We are now in the Age of Reformation, as Protestant has pretty much just taken hold up in Denmark, Brandenburg, and Lubeck. As long as it doesn't spread over here, I'm okay with that. I really don't care about Protestant League stuff or preserving the HRE as much as possible. I'm more interested in just Italy and Jerusalem. Okay, so with that war out of the way, we are going to be moving our capital up here into the English Channel. Honestly, I'm thinking either Den Haag or even Amsterdam would be good. I'm thinking we're going to do Den Haag just because it has a fort here and stuff. It's going to be a little bit cheaper to develop. But yeah, we're going to move our capital over to the Netherlands, and that's going to completely negate the Dutch revolt from ever happening. And I'm okay with having our capital here anyways. As I mentioned earlier, trade node wise, English Channel is a much better trade node than the Vienna trade node. Thinking we're gonna need administrative ideas because we are actually a really large nation. 638 dev, almost at our gov cap. Yeah, so administrative ideas is a must as of right now, and especially since we do plan on taking over all of Italy. Finally, my coalition has completely disbanded, which means we're gonna go ahead and attack Austria. We have a few claims on these guys. We're gonna call on all of our friends. We're gonna beat down on them, Britain, Hungary. We're gonna make them release out a couple nations. We're gonna do whatever we can to basically screw with Austria. So with Austria, we're just gonna take the provinces we have claims on. We're gonna make them release out Styria and also Aquileia, along with taking all their money. So yeah, Trent, our subject, got a lot bigger, and I could actually vassalize Styria. I think I will do that. But I will revoke my guarantee over Aquileia because I don't need them right now. And I believe, yep, I can complete this mission, giving me even more permanent claims on, guess what? Austria! And I also got some claims over here in Milan. But since I already own Milan, I get even more claims on all of northern Italy. I'm thinking what I'm going to do so I don't incur too much AE is we're going to start diplo-vassalizing all these guys in Italy now. No sense in wasting any AE, any Diplo points or admin, especially when I am behind in both admin and Diplo and I want to complete my ideas. So instead, I'm just going to improve relations with all these guys. We're going to just Diplo vassalize them, and that's how we're going to conquer Italy, except for Savoy. Savoy we will actually conquer, and maybe even Genoa will Diplo vassalize as well. Okay, and here's what players map mode looks like. I did vassalize 3 of these nations. Bologna apparently does not want to be vassalized, and that's because they are a republic. So we're gonna have to kind of sway them a little bit. Alright, so originally I was gonna Diplo vassalize Bologna, but honestly I have no AE at this point. I'm just gonna give this straight to my vassal of Mantua. No sense in wasting any of my admin or Diplo over this province. Boom. That's now my Bologna. Alright, we're gonna do another war this time against Savoy. That's gonna call on the Venetians. This is gonna be interesting because I might actually get a decent amount of AE from this war just through Savoy. So I think I'm gonna have to kind of debate between if I want the Venetians or the Savoyards. And it's probably gonna be the Savoyards. But yeah, let's go ahead and do this. On all my allies, I'm just gonna let them do all the work. That's the thing I love about vassal swarms and ally swarms. You just sit back and relax. Okay, with Savoy, we're just gonna take all their Italian stuff. This will give me a small coalition. Espionage ideas are fantastic. Because of that reason, I'm gonna be taking 73 AE, but nobody really cares. So this is perfect, and that's all going to my boy Genoa, and then we're gonna start integrating my subject of Trent. We're gonna chill at least for a couple years before we go to vassalize the Venetians, and we'll use their claims to basically reclaim everything here from Austria. Okay, so the evangelical unions are about to appear, meaning Protestant Catholic League. So it's going to be time to Wombo, especially because France is a member of the Protestant League, and I'd imagine the Ottomans, yeah, probably going to join Protestant. Maybe Russia. I definitely know like a lot of my nearby nations like Britain, France, they'll be on the side of the Protestants. Also, it's been a few years since I last showed you guys kind of an update of where we're at. I integrated Milan. I also vassalized Venice when they were a 1 province minor, and I got all their cores back. So this is what players map mode pretty much looks like as of right now. And I'm about to vassalize the nation of Florence, and then we're going to do the same thing of taking back all their cores in this area. And from there, we have to take over southern Italy and, of course, the Pope. And there it is. We are now in the Protestant League War. Let's look at this Diplo map. Oh boy. I mean, I actually think this is pretty fairly balanced. I actually think this might lean a little bit in our favor because me and some of my allies have MILF Tech 15. So yeah, some of these guys, like France, obviously I'm going to try and bump out of this war right away. I think we'll be able to do that pretty easily. Okay, so update on the war front. Me and the Iberians, we're manhandling the French right now. Commonwealth and all my little German pals, well, they're beating down on Brandenburg, who is the war leader. And Russia is, and Eastern Poland's get absolutely demolished by both the Swedes and the Ottomans. The Ottomans decide, you know what, we're going to give up the Balkans for the opportunity to kick both Russian and Polish butt at the same time. Okay, we just got the French out of this war, meaning the only big guys left on their side is Britain and the Ottomans and Sweden. Otherwise, it's actually looking like a very manageable war outside the Ottomans, who are completely out of manpower, and their army dropped below 200,000, is now at 145,000. And we actually won the Protestant League War. It became really easy once the Ottomans were knocked out of here. Catholic is the official faith. And yeah, we also forced a couple nations to convert. I also got Styria as a subject as well, which is just kind of nice to have. I think it's time we finally take the fight to the Ottomans. We're going to invade them, calling in our boys, basically everybody except for the Commonwealth and Aragon. So yeah, we outnumber them by a lot. They just said actually be a relatively easy war against the Ottomans, which I don't say too often, but yeah, I think just by pure numbers that we're going to be able to just win this war. Alright, we got about 100 war score with the Ottomans. We're going to do something like this for our peace deal. We are going to take our main goal of conquering Jerusalem. We're also going to be giving these 3 provinces over here to the Venetians. And we're going to be taking these provinces because guess what? We're going to be releasing out Byzantium. And later on, we're going to be taking back some of their cores. Okay, I think it's time for round 2 against the Ottomans. Obviously, we're going to do a reconquest. Or I guess the Byzantines actually don't have cores anymore on the Ottomans, so good thing I actually released them when I did. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and attack them, give the Byzantines a ton of their cores back. I do plan on keeping them around. They're going to be a march, and maybe we'll take some more of the Holy Land over here. Okay, I can claim Aragon's throne yet again. So I'm going to go ahead and do just that. Wait till my diplomat's back, and we're actually going to truce break Aragon and force them into a PU, because then that means I'm going to get Naples as a subject. Alright, with the Ottomans, we're just going to give all this land back to the Byzantines. Only the Ottomans would really care. Boy, Byzantium's looking really nice now. As for Aragon, obviously we're going to be able to enforce our union over them. So that's exactly what we're going to do. The only nations that would really care would be the Ottomans, Aragon themselves, and the French. Now I could actually complete this mission, Kingdom of Sicily, which actually gives me a permanent claim on southern Germany and all of Italy, because we pretty much own all of Italy now. So our emperor just died, which means you know, Aragon, they had a negative opinion of us, which means we just lost our PU over them. But we are actually able to keep Naples because they had a positive opinion of us. And honestly, I'm kind of okay with that, because there was no way that we were going to be able to really keep Aragon under PU, I guess, or integrate them later on. So we'll just come back, we'll beat them up for their Italian stuff. This works out a little bit easier because obviously I want to conquer all Italy, and we have to own the Italian region by the end of the game. So yeah, we're just going to take this stuff back away from them later on. Alright, I did just declare war on the Pope. I don't think we'll be able to full annex the Pope, but we are at least taking Rome in this war. And probably going to be doing something like that. Not really going to be getting much of a coalition, but I need to own Rome. We can actually complete this mission at the very end here, which gives us prestige and legitimacy till the end of the game. Don't know if it's necessarily worth it, but regardless, I need to own all Italy. Okay, we are going to do something like this. We're going to take the entire Roma area from the Pope, and we're going to do it for ourselves. And now, like, well, apparently I can complete that mission and this one. But I just need to core Roma, and some nations in Germany just need to be buddy-buddy with me, and we can complete that mission too. For our next idea group, we're just simply going with influence ideas. We're going to begin integrating all my subjects pretty soon. I want to try and rush these ideas down, because paired up with administrative ideas gives you an additional 15%. Diplo annexation plus influence ideas themselves, you get another 25%, and I have nobility integration policy, which gives you another 15%, or might even be more, or actually have 5%. So yeah, we'll have these annexations will go really fast. Oh, and also the papacy with the papal legate gives me another 10% diplo annexation cost. Okay, let's go ahead and attack Aragon. I'm not going to do restoration and union just yet. Maybe. See how I'm feeling later. We're just going to go for their Italian stuff for right now. Okay, with Aragon, we're just going to take all their islands. And we're going to make them break their overlordship over Provence. Pretty much all we have to do now is just sit here, annex the Pope, and then annex all of our subjects, and our goal for today is done. And finally, we have integrated our subjects of Naples and everybody else in Italy. And everybody else in Italy, meaning we have completed our goal of conquering all of Italy and conquering Jerusalem. Hope you guys give this nation of Swabia a try. They have some pretty decent ideas. They're not over the top crazy ideas, but they are pretty solid ideas. Some of the highlights in here being national manpower, morale of armies, the aggressive expansion impact, along with like the improved relations. So pretty much traditions, ambitions, and also their little bit of a unique mission tree is also pretty cool to do as well. As it gears you towards dismantling the HRE, conquering Italy, and, well, launching crusades against the Ottomans. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Chairman out.